obviously not more capable than boys, and you only need to look around you to see this.
How many females do you think were involved in creating Google? How many women do you imagine were involved in launching the first satellite? But it's not just great things, it's everything. How many girls were involved in creating even the shoes you're wearing or the screen you're watching? Let's look again at the near hysterical reactions of women to the suggestion of genetic differences where men may be more gifted than women.
There may be an innate difference between men and women.
I really kept expecting him to say, oh, this is a hypothesis, or maybe whatever, or this is an idea that people used to have. When you send this message that maybe it's in your genes, you're asking women to come to work every day and prove over and over and over, yes, I really am good enough to be here. And that is exhausting.
Some students say the president's comments have already had a chilling effect.
There have been girls who have said, maybe it's not worth it if I'm not going to be taken seriously in my field.
This is why women in science is often a bad idea. They're led by emotion and victimhood instead of rational thought.
Nancy Hopkins, who studies genetics, was in the room when Summers spoke. She was so offended, she walked out.
When a professor of biology walks out of a room at the mere suggestion that genetics may play a role in abilities, you have to wonder how she became a professor of anything.
Would she have walked out if Larry Summers had suggested that women may be better artistically than men, or better in language skills? I think not.
Both women and men need to prove themselves in their chosen fields. If a woman can do the work, then there's no further effort required to prove her worth.
It's the women that are in position due to affirmative action, rather than their ability, that need to worry about being taken seriously. And this woman seems very worried.
But Summers says he was only raising a hypothesis. In a letter to Harvard students and faculty, Summers wrote, "I did not say and I do not believe that girls are intellectually less able than boys." And he apologized 3 times, saying he was wrong.
He wasn't wrong, he just ran up against feminism and got hit hard. There are obvious intellectual differences between men and women, just as there are obvious physical differences between men and women. To deny them is foolish.
There are all sorts of forbidden opinions on campus.
Says she's been hissed and booed for daring to challenge liberal thought, and she defends Summers' right to raise controversial theories.
He should not have apologized. Every time he apologizes, he drives another stake into the heart of free discussion.
He had no choice but to apologize. It's very easy for a woman to say he shouldn't have, but the rules are very different for men.
Others think it might be worth finding out why there are so few women in the sciences.
Wondering why there aren't more women in sciences is like wondering why there aren't more women heavyweight boxing champions, or why women can't bench press 200 kilos, or why women aren't running the 100 meters in under 10 seconds. It's because they can't do it.
It's not discrimination, it's a fact of life.
The topic is on every table.
You're a senior.
Yes, I'm an applied math concentrator with chemistry.
Molly Welch wants to know why she's had only 1 female professor in her 4 years at this school. But she acknowledges female math majors are rare.
Amazingly, they managed to track down a female maths and chemistry student.
That's about as rare as a one-armed, black, Jewish, visually impaired, deaf concert violinist.
It actually is kind of aggravating to me because, I've been in a math course with, out of 20 students, only 3 girls, and it's just really discouraging.
Why is she discouraged by studying with men? How exactly does the sex of fellow students affect the study of maths?
Would she say the same if she was one of 3 white students in an all-black class?
Women make up more than half of all graduate students at U.S. universities and colleges, but only a little more than a third of faculty. And among full professors, only 23% are women.
That's because, in the main, these women have chosen to quit work in their fields to have children, and so don't get promoted into professorships. And the same is true of other professions.
I've seen my best friend in Parliament, who was a young woman in her 30s, extremely capable. She wasn't willing to basically never see her young children, and so she left Parliament at the age of 38.
And this website has this as its rallying cry.
Are you kidding me? Native American women computer science professors. Is there no end to where women will claim oppression?
Mueller started a mentoring organization.